Now, you write about the rapidly growing issue of hemp products with chemically derived and high potent THC products available in Texas. What do you recommend, and would any of the bills presently proposed in the Texas legislature help that situation? Because there's all sorts of stuff going on in this topic.
There sure is. Yeah, the hemp space in Texas and around the country is just kind of in flux, to put it mildly. And so in Texas right now, right, marijuana is illegal unless it comes through the state's compassionate use program, which is a limited medical marijuana program. The main difference between hemp and THC is the amount of delta-9 THC. Anything less than 0.3% delta-9 THC is considered hemp and federally legal. And that's where sort of what we're dealing with in the state right now is that there's just been a huge proliferation of products that are considered legal, but that can be very intoxicating. And also now this sort of rise of these synthetic cannabinoids that you mentioned that are derived from hemp, but that also have maybe a lot of other different kinds of chemicals or residual solvents in them that are not healthy for people. And so this session, the legislature has been working to address these issues. There's a bill in the Senate, Senate Bill 3, that essentially bans all hemp products with THC. That bill isn't necessarily going to address the safety concerns around these products because they're still going to be available, but now if they're banned, they would be only available in an illicit market space, which is not subject to any kind of government regulation or oversight. There's a different bill in the House Bill 28, that would essentially ban THC in everything except for drinks. So no THC edibles or flour, but you can have THC in drinks. The alcoholic beverage industry, likes that one. But the reasoning behind it, and to some extent, is that when we are seeing like kind of problematic products that have other sorts of chemicals in them, they tend not to be drinks. They tend to be like edible based. All of that said, last night, the House dropped a massive overhaul of the Senate's bill. So the Senate had Senate Bill 3 to ban THC. They sent it over to the House. The House passed the bill with an 123-page amendment. So I am,
oh my goodness.
Yes. So I am currently working my way through that amendment. That's why I've been doing that this morning. So I don't have all of the details of it, but what I can say about it is that it does allow for THC in drinks and some other products, and it lays out a much stricter regulatory framework for all hemp consumable products that would essentially give control for regulation and oversight to the Texas Alcohol and Beverage Commission, so the same body that currently regulates alcohol. And so, the way that bill is laid out, I feel like is a relatively reasonable way to go about regulating these products. Whether or not it will have the support, say it passes the House, whether it'll have support in the Senate or from the Lieutenant Governor, who have been pretty intent on banning all THC, that sort of remains to be seen.
This is Dr. David D. Shine. Thanks for joining me for this special edition of Saving America. Remember, a new Saving America show is aired on the Brushwood Media Network every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Listen on any of the 16 network stations, Apple or Google mobile app, Apple CarPlay, TuneIn, Smart Speaker, and all smart TVs. Find more information at the brushwoodmedianetwork.com. Please be sure to join us each week. We welcome and love your feedback from our growing audience.